Welcome back to Comics, to Hot Comics TV, and the Comic Books Awards of 2024. These are the award-winning comic books that Hot Comics will give the award of Best Manga, Best Comic, Best Trade Paperback, and Best Omnibus, and everything else in between. So, all right. All right, so the best manga. Let's just kick it off with the best manga of this year. Goes to best manga adaptation of a video game. Goes to Elden Ring, The Road to the Air Tree. This is by Nikishi Tabita. Or Tabita. He is awesome. He's making gag comics. He makes it super funny and awesome. The artwork is superb. I mean, this dude, wow. But it's hilarious. He's got a naked dude running around, fighting monsters, kings, gods. They give him a stick and he has to kill, literally in a mission to go kill a god. That's the game in a nutshell. Meets beautiful barbarian chicks, knights that want to behead him, and dead dudes. So this is awesome. If you have ever played the game, highly recommend this. This is a really good adaptation. Solid works. Anyway, and it's still going this year. I think they might have come out last year or this year. I can't really remember. But anyway, these definitely did come out this year. That's why I lumped out all of those Elden Ring comics before. But this one did definitely come out this year. So that's the whole purpose of this. That's why they're the award-winning comics of this year. So this is an adaptation of Dodoro by Asuma Tezuka, the godfather of manga and comics in Japan. And this adaptation is by Atsushi Kaneko. This is a beautiful comic book. This was my manga of this year. I was waiting on this one for quite a bit because I remember seeing it in the Japanese market. It was all in Japanese, but I really wanted to get this in English. And Fantagraphics did an awesome job translating it. And here we got the beautiful, beautiful works, cyberpunk works by Kaneko. Awesome stuff. Beautiful ink work. He works all digitally. He works on a tablet with, I guess, one of these things. This is a tablet pen, and he just comes in the screen, and he's just drawing the whole thing. So, good stuff. Good stuff all around. This is a cool action-orientated, violent, what do you call it, on a dystopic future. Cyberpunk. Good stuff. Highly recommended. That goes to the best manga this year. Anyway, going on. Best revival of series of comic books. I know that there's still Transformers going on, but I think that what they've done here, what Warren Johnson has done, with George Corona and Mike Spicer, they've done a really good work on this comic book series dedicated to Transformers. I had a lot of fun with this. Highly recommend this. This to me is the comic book of the year collection, I guess, dedicated to a property from the 80s. So I don't know if that's a classification, but I highly recommend this series of comics. Moving on. Okay. Let's talk about this gigantic monstrosity of a book. Again, another adaptation for comics. This monster volume is volume compendium 1, dedicated to G.I. Joe, the real American hero. It's got the whole collection by Marvel. Obviously, this was printed by Image. And we got all the works by Larry Hama, Harry Trimpe, and all the other awesome artists from the 80s. We got all the classics, all the Joes doing Joe stuff and battling, the Dreadnoughts and Destro and Cobra Commander and all the Cobras. So this is good stuff. Get a lot of comics for this volume, this hefty volume. So highly recommend this. This is definitely a comic book of the year. I mean, compendium of the year. All right, let's move on. Jeez, I'm going through a lot of stuff. I've spent way too much money this year. All right, let's do this. I was gonna say Omnibus of the year, but the reality is that this, I guess we're gonna call it Silver Age Omnibus of the year. because I could have got Batman, but I didn't end up getting it, and I ended up forgetting it. And they're still available. These things are still really available. But this is a really awesome collection. I mean, we got like all the awesome, artists from back then in the Silver Age. Kurt Swan, obviously, Wayne Boring, and Al Palestino, and so many other awesome artists from that period of time. And inkers, we got Kurt Swan inking his own work and other people's work as well, with Gene Mooney and many other artists that I neglect to mention, but they're all here. Take my word. So this is awesome. I mean, Superman Adventures from the Silver Age. Superman turns into a lion because I think he falls in love with Cersei. So we got a little bit of the Iliad here, the Odyssey with Homer, so on and so forth. Good stuff. This is awesome work. Beautiful collection. But this is Silver Age Omnibus of the year of 2024. Let's put it away. All right. Let's move on with everything else. These books are so heavy. All right. New book by Charles Burns. Has to win Charles Burns Book of the Year. Why not? I've talked about this before. Beautiful collection of illustrations. Burns flexing, his muscle on different medium. Pencil, trying to make it like old posters from B-grade movies. So good stuff. Science fiction, love, and freaky people from other dimensions, weird aliens and monsters, and a little bit of a homage to Tintin, Hirsch. Everything is awesome in this book, in comics. Highly recommend this Charles Burns Book of the Year. I don't know if he published anything else, but I know I did get this year. All right, let's talk about Mark Ryden. Mark Ryden has a real big spot a big place in my heart. This man is very talented. He's a commercial illustrator. And this is an art book dedicated to his portfolio. So I got this year. I can't remember when. But he's got his current portfolio, and he gets interviewed. We got interviews with Takashi Murakami, the guy that created the super flat art style. And we've got a beautiful portfolio. Like, he's showing his inspirations of triptych or of actual art. And Mark Ryden came into my radar, I remember, in the 90s when he was doing illustration for video games. I remember an electronics gaming monthly magazine that had an illustration by Mark, and it was for a horror video game. I can't remember the game, but obviously he's incorporating all those things, all of that sort of like ideology into his pop culture artwork. I mean, he's got German and Bosch. We got a little bit of Ghibli art, in Pokemon, so he's taking all of that inspiration and then smashing it and putting it together in this package of these beautiful illustrations. As you can sort of tell, these are oil paintings. So good stuff all around. Yeah, I ended up getting this book. And I did not regret it. It's a beautiful production of this book. It's a hardcover. It's got fabric on the outer. I'll just quickly go over it. Service. So this is a beautiful, a fabric. They've done screen printing on it, and we got an embossed cover with a plaque made out of paper, which is a print of the art. And we got screen printing on the back as well. So it's a beautiful production book. This is I can't remember the name of this fabric. I think it might be Chilux or something, but it's quite cool, hefty. Anyway, so going back to it, it's showing process of the art shows that he's putting up there back in Los Angeles. I guess he's still in Los Angeles. I can't really remember where Mark Ryden's from, but he's got a workshop doing sculptures. like Murakami. Murakami does big sculptures like this. I'll talk about Murakami some other time. So yeah, this is quite beautiful. Very delicate. Quite a beautiful set of portfolio illustrations by Mark Ryden. If you are in the interest of art in general, this is going to be a beautiful coffee table book. Let's just say that it's a coffee table book for any of your friends that come over and they go, "Oh, what'd you get here?" So, beautiful book. He's gone a little bit more cute illustration now. I mean, there's something dark about it as well. So it's like a dark sensibilities to it. Fantasy. But beautiful stuff. Anyway, art book of the year. Okay, what's there next to talk? Okay, a floppy of the year, a facsimile of the year. Cerebus. So I ended up getting this, and it's actually signed, and I paid way too much for it, but yeah, what do you do? So, facsimile of the year, Cerebus. Good stuff. I think I lost that book a while ago, because I did not purchase that. I think somebody in my family purchased it, either my brother or my dad or somebody, but I ended up losing that book. All right, what else is there? Okay, let's just talk about Omnibus of the year. Goes to the complete saga of the Green Lantern and Green Arrow, the hard traveling heroes. Now, this book by Neil Adams, I have struggled to get the first print, so I ended up getting the omnibus. It's a beautiful book that houses the entire run by Neil Adams. That's the drawing card here for me. The artwork is superb. We got My Girl as well in the issues, because it's got the entire run by Green Arrow and Green Lantern. I know for a fact that my dad had these comic books, because these are right beyond my time. These are like from mid-70s. So this is a really good collection. I mean, this book is 1,000+ pages. It's another monster book. That's why, to me, this is Omnibus of this year, because it's got the whole run of it, and I know it's an omnibus, but it's a little bit bigger than your normal comic book affair, so yeah. But beautifully printed, it's got the spine, it's got the whole run by Neil Adams. I'll probably would pay more attention to this later on in another video, just talking dedicated about it and just focusing on the art by Neil. Otherwise, this video is going to be way too long. And we got Black Canary, the most beautiful character in in comic books of all time, the Black Canary. Anyway, good stuff. In good company. Neil Adams, we got Dick Giordano, Dennis O'Neil, Mike Grell, all the best. The very best working on the best omnibus of 2024. All right, bear with me. This is a heavy book. All right, then. No, let's talk about monster books first. The Monster Book Awards goes to these two books. I could not make my mind about this one. So, okay, so these two books I already have, and I think I've already talked about both of them several times in previous videos. So, this is the original Fantastic Four book. I cannot be bothered unwrapping it. It's just too much effort. But this book came out this year. Oh my god, I was so delighted to see this, what do you call it, an expanded edition by Alex Ross. If you like Alex Ross, if you're an Alex Ross fan, this is a no-brainer. There's no questions asked. Just go do yourself a favor. Buy this book. It's ginormous, as you can tell. You can see the facsimile comic book, how big this is next to it. It's a big real estate. And beautiful book. And you get to see so much about the production of this book. that is outstanding. You get to see all the detail. You get the story, and then you get production pages for the Fantastic Four, for the one of the best comic books that have come out in recent years and this year. And this is not an Addison's edition, but it's around that ballpark. I like what Alex has done on this, and you get to appreciate the detail of the work that he's putting on this. So this is absolutely fantastic. It's awesome. It's awesome, to say the least. And then you see how he puts it together. Let's go take a look at the production pages. And and Alex elaborates that. And here's Alex with Jack. This gave a lot of emotions of happiness to me when I saw this photograph. Very content with that, to see that Jack met Alex. Alex made his dream. I would have loved to have met Jack too, but anyway, so we got some of the inspirations for the book, some of the Jack artwork, compositions for this. I've never seen this at this size. This is awesome to see it. So we got a little bit of that. We got a little bit of like the history of Alex Ross with Marvel, doing Marvel covers and doing all the illustrations for them. We even got guest appearance by Travis Charest. Some of his character design for the Fantastic Four. He ended up using it, and Charest went, "Yeah, do it, dude." So Charest is an awesome dude. So we got graphic design, real graphic design, how it was done back in the day. And a lot of production, good material, goodness, explaining how, Alex labors with color pencil, with Bristol pens, and then he inks, how he makes these black and white compositions. Outstanding process. And I could go on. We got a little bit of Norman Rockwell. What am I saying? I'm sleep deprived. So we got a little bit of a comment about Norman Rockwell, which we should be taking a look later, because he's a very important inspiration to a lot of comic book artists and creators. So yeah, this book is outstanding and awesome. So I cannot dwell more on it, because otherwise we'll spend another hour on it. But beautiful stuff. All right, let's move on. The second monster book of the year would have to go to Shaolin Cowboy, the deadly but silent but deadly edition. This is an awesome book. I showed it to you guys before, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Go take a look at the video and like it, please. Awesome book. And now, publisher of the year goes to Dark Horse, because they have put the collection of Corbin's portfolio then. So this, I would definitely if you are a Corbin fan, this is a no-brainer, and you must already own this, because we've been waiting for these books for quite a long time, since the 90s, and I can only thank the Corbin state, Donna Corbin, Richard's daughter, who is doing this production of these books. I mean, we got Carlos, Don Carlos, I can't remember. Villarrubia. I know Jose Villarrubia. Carlos. Don Jose Villarrubia. We got a top graphic designer to do the color correction of these books and how they were meant to be intended to look and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I know I'm cheating a little bit, because these books came out last year, and I think that these other three came out this year. So yeah, highly recommend Richard Corbin, as you all know. And why I'm saying that this is the publisher of the year, as a joke, obviously, is because the production of these books is quite the luxury sort of treatment that they're doing. It's very similar to what they've done with Alex Ross on, I mean, this is Dark Horse as well. Jeff Darrow book is Dark Horse. And Dark Horse is doing these high value production books that are just absolutely superb. We got like dust jackets with like gold foil on it, and we've got all sorts of good stuff being done to the artwork production. We got gloss on matte paper. We got gold lamination, hardcover with printed back and front on the hardcover. The liner, it's got printed art again. So it's a good labor of love that they put here together in these books. And Don Jose Villarrubia has done an outstanding work on making sure that the printing is got the color correction that it would have been originally been printed for these books. We get to see and appreciate more of the of the media that Corbin has used on these books. So yeah, outstanding stuff. And you get an entire Dan run, right? This is, I think, when Corbin was using a little bit more digital on top of the pencil work, because Corbin flirted a lot with digital. So we got a lot of production stuff here, beautiful stuff, and reprints of the original Heavy Metal magazine stuff. So good stuff here. One of the best series and collections that I have on my possession. So that I would have to say that Publisher of the Year has to go to Dark Horse. All right, now miscellaneous stuff. This is Marvel vs. Capcom, the fighting collection. And to my delight, because these are Marvel characters fighting against the Capcom properties, they ended up printing this tiny little book, this comic book. This is awesome. Look at this tiny little comic book. It is comic book related, everybody. And look, they actually a decent artist to do this. I find this a lot of fun. So I ended up getting this year. This came out, I can't remember when this came out, but yeah, it came out damaged. No, but yeah, this is comic book from a video game, a miscellaneous video game. And our book from a video game, this is The Last Faith. It came out with a CD. Can you believe it? It came out with the music, the original soundtrack on a CD. It's like I'm back in the 90s, everybody. This is my Japanese Night Cruise edition, special edition, whatever. This is the art book. Let's take a look at some of the art. Victorian Gothic macabre art. Beautiful character design. Beautiful conceptual art. Good stuff. Anyway, it wants to be Bloodborne, obviously. So The Last Faith is the last art book. Anyway, that's my game awards. What am I saying? The comic book awards of 2024 from Hot Comics TV. Anyway, I can only wish you all awesome holidays, awesome Christmas to everybody. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please like and subscribe on all those awesome good things. I can only thank everybody that has come in and drops a comment. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you for your kind comments, and also as much for liking the videos. I'm gonna upload it just before Christmas, I think, but I've been recording a few things just before I go on holidays, because during December I'm gonna be away. So anyway, I'll be posting this post, I don't know how, through my phone or something. Anyway, thank you everybody, and have a lovely day, and I'll see you next year. Take care. Bye bye.